Listen to me. It's time to stop playing small. It's time to focus, and it's time to value yourself. Too many of you are out here giving your energy, your time, your talent, and your dreams away like they're cheap. But you're priceless. You're one of one. And if you don't recognize that, nobody else will. You got to stop chasing distractions. Stop comparing yourself to everybody else on social media and stop living for likes and approval. Focus means you lock in, you shut out the noise, and you get serious about your mission. Let me tell you something. You've been sleeping on yourself too long. You've been telling yourself, I'll start tomorrow. No, today is the day you draw the line. Today is the day you decide you are valuable, you are worthy, and you are capable. I don't care about your past mistakes. I don't care who doubted you. I don't care if you've been counted out. What matters is that you start counting yourself in. You put a premium on your life because when you value yourself, you protect your energy. You don't waste time with people or habits that drain. You don't waste time with people. And you don't sell your dream for cheap. Focus means you stop being everywhere for everybody and start being present for yourself. Value means you invest in your growth, your health, your vision. The world doesn't pay people who are distracted and unsure. The world pays people who know their worth and move with discipline. So I'm challenging you, shut out the distractions, silence the doubts, and recognize your value, because the truth is, if you don't value yourself, nobody else will. And if you don't focus on your life will slip away while you're busy focusing on everybody else's. It's your time. It's your season, but only if you decide to focus and value you. The reason why so many people never get to the next level is not because they're not talented, not because they don't have gifts, not because they weren't born with potential. The truth is they lack discipline in their focus. You want to win, you want to elevate, you want to finally break out of that cycle you've been in for years, then you've got to understand something right here. The most dangerous thing in your life is not failure, it's distraction. Distraction will steal your future while you think you're still moving forward. Distraction will have you busy but not productive, moving but not progressing, working but not building. Too many of you are chasing everything but mastering nothing. You wake up in the morning and instead of locking in on your dream, you pick up the phone and start scrolling. You're living through somebody else's highlight reel while your own vision sits there collecting dust. You get excited about somebody else's blessing, but forget that God gave you your own assignment. And every single day you waste chasing distraction. You're letting somebody else's dream grow while yours starves. That's why I'm telling you, discipline your focus. You've got to lock in like your life depends on it, because guess what? It does. Focus is not something that just happens. It's a choice. You've got to decide that you're going to cut off everything that doesn't serve your mission. Some of you got too many tabs open in your life. You're trying to do 10 different things at once, and none of them are getting done right. You can't run east and west at the same time and expect to make progress. You've got to pick a direction and go all in. Discipline is telling yourself no when the world is screaming yes. Discipline is turning down comfort, turning down distraction, and telling yourself, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm building. And I refuse to let anything pull me off course. You want to know why discipline and focus is so rare? Because distraction feels good. Let's keep it real. It feels good to binge watch your favorite shows. It feels good to spend hours on social media. It feels good to gossip, to hang out, to do what everybody else is doing. But what feels good in the moment is often killing you in the long run. And what feels hard right now, staying disciplined, staying focused, sacrificing, that's what will bless you later. Most people don't lose in life because they can't do it. They lose because they give their time and attention to the wrong things. They treat distractions like priorities and then wonder why their priorities look like distractions. Let me make it plain. If you want to be successful, you got to create boundaries. Not just with people, but with yourself. Some of you have to say, from this time to this time to this time, I'm working on my craft. No phone, no TV, no friends, no interruptions. You got to guard your focus like it's the most valuable thing you own, because it is. Focus time is the currency of greatness. You can't buy back wasted hours. You can't rewind wasted years. Every moment you let slip the distraction is a piece of your destiny you will never see again. Think about the athletes you admire, the business leaders, the creators, the people who inspire you. You think they got there by dabbling? You think they got there by letting distraction run their life? No, they disciplined their focus. Kobe Bryant didn't become Kobe because he was halfway in. He was obsessed with the game, obsessed with improving. He wasn't out every night partying. He wasn't spending 5 hours on social media. He locked in on his craft, and the world couldn't deny his results. Focused people look crazy to the distracted, but they look legendary to history. And listen, don't confuse activity with focus. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're focused. Some of you got calendars full, schedules packed, always running here and there, but at the end of the week, you're exhausted with nothing to show for it. That's because your energy was spread too thin. Focus means you prioritize. Focus means you cut. Focus means you say no 1,000 times so you can say yes to one thing that truly matters. If everything is important, then nothing is important. You got to decide what your mission is and put your whole self into it. Discipline and focus also means training your mind. You got to rewire how you think. Some of you let your thoughts wander all day long, and wherever your thoughts go, your actions follow. If your mind is focused on negativity, distraction, drama, then your life will reflect it. That's why I tell you, start your day by commanding your thoughts. Wake up with purpose. Tell yourself out loud what your mission is. Write it down. Look at it. Repeat it until your brain gets the message. When your mind tries to wander, you gotta pull back. You gotta treat focus like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it gets. Some of you are losing because you're trying to carry everybody else's load while neglecting your own. You're focused on other people's approval, other people's drama, other people's opinions. Let me free you right now. You don't have to prove your worth to anybody. The only approval you need is from yourself and the God who gave you life. Every time you break focus to explain yourself, defend yourself, or try to please everybody, you're wasting energy that could have gone into building your dream. Discipline your focus by being okay with not being understood. People may call you selfish, arrogant, or obsessed, but let them talk. When you get to your goal, they'll be the same ones asking you how you did it. And don't think discipline means perfection. You're going to slip. You're going to get distracted sometimes, but discipline means you catch yourself quicker. Discipline means you don't stay down. Discipline means you don't let one wasted hour turn into a wasted week, or one wasted week turn into a wasted year. You reset, you refocus, and you keep it moving. Success doesn't belong to the most talented. It belongs to the most disciplined in their focus. I'm telling you, if you don't learn to discipline your focus, life will discipline you. Bills will discipline you. Missed opportunities will discipline you. Regret will discipline you. But if you make the choice to discipline yourself right now, to shut out distraction and lock in on your dream, then life will reward you. Your future will reward you. And the version of you 10 years from now will look back and thank you for not wasting this moment. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't just roll out of bed and drift into distraction. Wake up and set your focus. Ask yourself, what is the one thing I must do today that will get me closer to my dream? Then guard that thing with your life. Eliminate the noise, silence the distractions, and move with intentionality. Because focus isn't just about what you look at. It's about what you refuse to look at. Focus isn't just about what you say yes to. It's about what you say no to. Discipline your focus and you will separate yourself from the masses. While everybody else is chasing shiny objects, you'll be building something real. While they're entertaining themselves, you'll be elevating yourself. And when it's all said and done, the difference between you and them won't be talent, won't be luck. It'll be the fact that you had the courage and the discipline to focus. You've been walking around like you're regular, like you're average, like you're just another person on this planet. But I need you to hear me loud and clear. You are priceless. You are one of one. You're not some knockoff version of somebody else. You're the original design. And the problem is, you've been living beneath your value because you don't recognize it. You've been acting like your life, your time, your gift doesn't matter. And as long as you keep treating yourself like you're average, the world will too. You've got to recognize your worth. Not tomorrow, not when somebody else validates you, Not when you get a degree, a promotion, or a title. Right now. Because the truth is, your value doesn't come from what you do, it comes from who you are. And if you don't see that, you'll spend your whole life chasing things that can never fill that void. Too many of you are waiting for somebody else to tell you you're valuable. You're waiting for likes on social media, for compliments, for claps, for approval. And the sad part is some of you never got that growing up. Nobody told you you mattered. Nobody told you you were good enough. Nobody spoke life into you. But let me be the one to tell you right now, you are valuable. You matter. You are not a mistake. You are not an accident. You are not disposable. You were put here with a purpose, and you're worth more than you've been giving yourself credit for. Stop treating yourself like clearance. Stop putting yourself on sale. Every time you lower your standards to keep people around, you're putting yourself on clearance. Every time you accept less than you deserve because you're afraid to be alone, you're putting yourself on clearance. Every time you dumb down your gift, silence your voice, or shrink your dream to make other people comfortable, you're putting yourself on clearance. And let me tell you, when you treat yourself like a discount, don't be surprised when people handle you like one. You gotta set the price, because if you don't, the world will. Recognizing your worth means you stop begging people to see what they're blind to. Stop forcing people to clap for you who are never meant to be in your audience. You don't need the whole world to see your value. You need to see it. So, because when you recognize your worth, you move different. You talk different. You walk into a room and you don't shrink, you expand. You don't apologize for existing, you own your space. And people can feel that. Value attracts respect. But let's keep it real. Recognizing your worth also means you stop tolerating nonsense. You stop letting people misuse your time, disrespect your boundaries, or play with your emotions. Some of you let people treat you any kind of way because deep down you don't believe you deserve better. That ends today. When you truly recognize your worth, you'll stop settling for less. You won't entertain drama. You won't beg for loyalty. You won't compromise your peace just to keep company. You'll start saying no, and you'll mean it. Because your time, your energy, your peace, they're too expensive to waste. And don't get it twisted. Recognizing your worth isn't arrogance, it's awareness. It's not about thinking you're better than anybody else. It's about knowing you don't have to be less than anybody else. It's about standing tall in who you are without apology. People might call you cocky, but that's only because they're uncomfortable with confidence. Don't shrink because it makes them feel better. Recognize your worth and let them adjust. Listen to me. If you don't see your value, you'll keep chasing validation. You'll keep looking for someone to complete you, someone to make you feel whole, someone to tell you you're enough. But the truth is, you're already complete. You were enough the moment you took your first breath. The world doesn't complete you, it only reflects how you see yourself. If you don't see value when you look in the mirror, nothing external will ever fix that. That's why it's dangerous to tie your worth to achievements. Some of you think, oh, when I get that job, then I'll feel valuable. When I buy that car, then I'll matter. When I get that relationship, then I'll be worthy. No, that's backwards. You're already valuable. The job doesn't give you value, you give the job value. The relationship doesn't give you worth. You bring worth into it. The things you accomplish are just expressions of the value that's already inside of you. And I've got to be honest. The world benefits when you don't recognize your worth. Companies love when you undervalue yourself because they can underpay you. People love when you don't know your value because they can manipulate you. Systems love when you don't recognize your worth because you'll stay in the same place, compliant, never asking for more. That's why I'm telling you, wake up, open your eyes, realize who you are, who you are. Because when you recognize your worth, you stop being controlled, you stop being cheap labor, you stop being pawn, you start being a force. Recognizing your worth also means you start investing in yourself. Think about it. People don't invest in things they don't value. You've been spending money on shoes, clothes, entertainment, but you won't invest in a course, a book, or anything that builds you. Why? Because deep down you haven't convinced yourself you're worth the investment. When you recognize your worth, you'll put money, time, and energy into becoming better. You'll realize you are your most valuable asset. Forget stocks, forget real estate. The best investment is you. And let me say this, stop waiting for perfect conditions to recognize your worth. Some of you are waiting until you lose weight, until you graduate, until you make six figures, until you fix all your flaws. Let me help you out. You're worthy right now, flaws and all. Your value doesn't decrease because you're still growing. Diamonds come out of the ground covered in dirt, but they're still valuable. You may not be polished yet, but you're still priceless. Recognize it now, not later. When you finally see your worth, you'll stop asking, oh, why me? And start saying, oh, why not me? You'll stop looking at opportunities like they're too big for you, and you'll start realizing they're waiting on you. You'll stop playing small. You'll stop living in fear. You'll stop letting insecurity rob you of experiences you deserve. Recognizing your worth means you finally give yourself permission to show up fully. The reason why so many people never reach their potential is not because life was too hard, but because they never recognized they were strong enough to overcome it. They thought they were average. They thought they were unworthy. They thought they didn't have what it takes. But if you would just stop underestimating yourself and start believing the value that's already inside you, there is nothing you couldn't accomplish. So hear me. The next time you look in the mirror, I don't want you to see somebody average. I don't want you to see somebody disposable. I don't want you to see somebody who doesn't matter. I want you to see a person of value, a person of purpose, a person of worth. Because the way you see yourself determines the way you carry yourself. And the way you carry yourself determines the way the world treats you. Recognize your worth, and everything else in your life will rise to meet it. Some of you are wondering why you're so tired, why you feel drained all the time, why you can't seem to get momentum in your life. It's not because you don't have energy. It's not because you don't have drive. It's because you keep giving your energy to the wrong things and the wrong people. You can't expect to live a powerful life if you keep staying plugged into things that drain you. You can't move into your destiny if you're weighed down by people and habits that don't serve your future. That's why you've got to learn to cut it off. You've got to protect your energy and your time like your life depends on it, because it does. Look, energy is everything. Where your energy goes, your life follows. And right now you're leaking energy. You're losing hours, days, years because you're tied to things that suck the life out of you. You've got habits that don't build you, people that don't support you, environments that don't push you. Instead of cutting them off, you keep making excuses. You keep saying, I've known them too long, or it's just something I do to relax. But that's the very reason why you're stuck. Because you won't let go of what drains you. You don't have enough left for what grows you. Listen to me. Every single day you get the same 24 hours as everybody else. And every day your energy account gets a fresh deposit. But here's the problem. Before you even start, you're already overdrawn. You're giving it away to habits that serve no purpose. You're giving away to conversations that don't lead anywhere. You're giving away to people who take and never give back. And at the end of the day, when it's time to work on your dream, when it's time to build, when it's time to grind, you got nothing left. You're bankrupt because you spend your energy in the wrong places. You've got to start doing an audit of your life. Sit down and ask yourself, what habits are draining me? Who in my life is taking more than they give? What situations leave me empty instead of full? And then you've got to make some hard choices, because growth requires sacrifice. You cannot keep everything and everyone and expect to get to the next level. There are some people you love who you'll have to love from a distance. There are some habits you enjoy that you'll have to cut off because they don't align with your mission. And yes, it's hard, but so is staying stuck. You've got to choose your hard. Let's be real. Some of your habits are killing you slowly. The late night scrolling, the endless TV binges, the junk food, the procrastination, the gossiping. You think it's harmless because it feels good in the moment, but every one of those choices is taking something from you. It's taking your focus, your discipline, your energy, your health. And the worst part, it's not just what you lose today, it's the opportunity you will never see tomorrow because you were too drained to pursue it. And then there are the people, you know exactly who I'm talking about, the ones who always come to you with drama, the ones who never encourage you, never support you, never celebrate you, but always need something from you. The ones who laugh at your dreams instead of speaking life into them. The ones who tell you to slow down when you're trying to speed up. You can't keep giving them VIP access to your life. You've got to learn how to protect your circle. Not everyone deserves front row seats. Some people need to be in the balcony, and some people need to be outside the building altogether. Protecting your energy doesn't make you mean, it makes you wise. You got to realize that your time and energy are the most valuable resources you have. Money, you can make back. Opportunities, you can create again. But the hours you lose, the mental peace you give away, once it's gone forever. So why are you wasting it on people and habits that don't deserve it? I know some of you are afraid. You're afraid if you cut off those draining relationships, you'll be alone. You're afraid if you stop those habits, you won't know what to do with yourself. But hear me, being alone and at peace is better than being surrounded and drained. Silence is better than toxic noise. Freedom is better than bondage to habits that don't serve you. And once you let go of the things that drain you, you create space for things that fill you. Think about it like a phone. If your phone is running apps in the background all day, by the time you need it, the battery is dead. That's your life right now. You've got all these apps running, people, habits, distractions, and you wonder why you've got no energy left for your vision. You've got to close those apps, shut them down, protect your battery so when it's time to use it, you got full power. Some of you are addicted to draining environments because it's familiar. You keep going back to the same people, the same places, the same habits because it feels comfortable. But comfort is not the same as growth. Comfort will keep you in the same place for years, drained and frustrated. Growth requires discomfort. Cutting people off is uncomfortable. Breaking habits is uncomfortable. But that discomfort is temporary. The freedom and power you gain from protecting your energy is permanent. And let me say this, you don't owe anybody unlimited access to you. Just because you grew up together, just because you've known them for years, doesn't mean they get to drain you for the rest of your life. You've got to stop feeling guilty for protecting your peace. You've got to stop apologizing for choosing yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with the consequences of your choices. Nobody else. If you want to be great, you've got to get comfortable with saying no. No to the party, no to the gossip, no to the toxic relationship, no to the habit that doesn't serve you. Every no to what drains you is a yes to what builds you. Every no to the wrong people is a yes to your purpose. Every no to a bad habit is a yes to your future. You can't say yes to everything and expect to have the energy to chase your dream. You gotta be selective. And let me remind you, cutting off draining habits and people doesn't mean you don't love them. It means you love yourself enough not to let them destroy you. It means you respect your vision enough to protect it. It means you value your energy enough not to waste it. Because the truth is, if you keep letting your energy get drained, you won't just fail yourself. You'll fail the people who needed what you were supposed to create, what you were supposed to build, what you were supposed to bring to this world. So I'm challenging you today. Do the audit. Look at your life with honesty. Ask yourself, what's draining me? Who's draining me? What do I need to cut off to protect my energy and time? And then take action. Don't wait until next year. Don't wait until it's convenient. Make the hard cut now. Because every day you stay connected to what drains you, you're delaying what God has for you. Your energy is precious. Your time is priceless. Don't waste them on what doesn't serve you. Cut it off. Protect it. Guard it. Guard it. Because once you start doing that, you'll finally have the power to go all in on your purpose and nothing will be able to stop you. One of the biggest reasons so many people never reach their full potential is because they waste too much time looking left and right instead of looking straight ahead. You keep comparing yourself to everybody else, measuring your life by what they have, by what they've done, by where they are. And I need you to understand this today. Your journey is unique. Your path is yours. The moment you start comparing, you lose focus on your lane and you rob yourself of your own greatness. Let me break it down for you. Comparison is poison. It eats away at your confidence. It steals your joy and it blinds you to the blessings you already have. Some of you are walking around depressed, anxious, feeling like failures, not because you're not doing well, but because you keep measuring your life against someone else's highlight reel. You're scrolling through social media, looking at people's vacations, cars, houses, their so-called perfect lives, and you start believing you're behind. But what you don't realize is you're comparing your behind the scenes to their edited version. You don't see their struggles, their failures, their sleepless nights. You don't see what they had to sacrifice or what they're hiding. You're comparing your reality to their performance, and that's why you're losing. You gotta wake up and realize comparison kills destiny. You cannot run your race looking at the person in the next lane. You ever seen a sprinter turn his head to watch the runner? The moment he does that, he slows down. The moment he looks, he loses his form, and in that split second, the race is gone. That's exactly what you're doing in life. You're looking left and right, and you're losing ground in your own race. Stop comparing yourself. Lock in on your lane. Listen to me, God didn't make you a duplicate. You're not supposed to be a copy. You're an original with your own fingerprint, your own gift, your own calling. But every time you compare yourself, you're saying, I don't trust my design. I don't believe in my gift. It'd rather be a copy of them than the full version of me. And the tragedy is this: the world doesn't need another them, the world needs you. The world needs your voice, your perspective, your ideas, your talent. But if you keep measuring yourself against others, you'll never show up fully as yourself. Let me keep it real. Some of you think you're behind because somebody your age has more money, more success, more recognition. But hear me, their timeline is not your timeline. Their season is not your season. Just because they bloomed earlier doesn't mean you won't bloom at all. You might be in your planting season while they're in their harvest season. Don't get discouraged because you don't see fruit yet. Focus on watering your seed. Focus on growing your roots. Focus on staying consistent. Because when it's your season, nothing can stop your harvest. Comparison also makes you blind to progress. You don't even celebrate how far you've come because you're too busy worrying about how far someone else is. You used to pray for the life you have now, but instead of being grateful, you're jealous of somebody else. Stop and think for a second. A year ago, you were dreaming of being where you are. Now, 2 years ago, you didn't even have what you have now. But because you're comparing, you can't even see your own gratitude gets replaced by envy. And envy will rob you of the energy you need to keep building. And let me tell you something powerful. The same people you're comparing yourself to, they might be looking at you thinking, man, I wish I had what they had. You're envying their success and they're envying your peace. You're jealous of their house and they're jealous of your health. You're jealous of their car and they're jealous of your family. You don't know the weight they carry behind the scenes. That's why comparison is so foolish. It's never a fair exchange. You've got to train yourself to stay focused on your own paper. You remember being in school and the teacher would say, eyes on your own paper? Because if you got caught looking at somebody else's, you'd fail. Same thing in life. Stop looking at somebody else's paper, their grades, their answers, their results. Eyes on your own paper. What's your assignment? What's your calling? What's your purpose? That's where your focus needs to be. Let me also say this. Comparison doesn't just make you jealous. Sometimes it makes you arrogant. You look at people who are behind you, and instead of being humble and grateful, you start puffing your chest out. You think you're better because you have more. But here's the truth. None of us are better than anybody else. We all have different paths, different struggles, different seasons. The moment you start comparing in arrogance, life has a way of humbling you real quick. Stay in your lane. Focus on your growth. Celebrate others without making it about you. One of the most powerful things you can do is shift from comparison to inspiration. Instead of looking at someone and saying, why not me? Look at them and say, if it's possible for them, it's possible for them. For me. Use their success as proof that it can be done, not as a reason to doubt yourself. Don't compare, be inspired. Don't envy, be motivated. But then get back to your lane and put in the work. And I've got to address this. Some of you waste time comparing because you don't trust the process. You want the results, but you don't want the journey. You see somebody shining, but you don't see the grind behind the shine. Instead of putting in the work, you complain. You complain, you envy. But comparison won't get you results. Work will, sacrifice will, consistency will. Instead of looking at what they've got, ask yourself, what am I doing today to build my dream? Because comparing won't build your future, but discipline will. You gotta free yourself from this trap. Stop scrolling for validation. Stop competing in invisible races. Stop measuring your value by somebody else's progress. You are not them, and they are not you. Your story is yours, and it's beautiful because it's yours. Your timing is perfect because it's yours. Your journey is enough because it's yours. And when you finally stop comparing, you'll find peace, joy, and the focus to become the best version of you. So the next time you catch yourself comparing, stop and remind yourself, my lane, my race, my pace. Nobody else can run it for me. Nobody else can live it for me. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, the only person I need to be better than is the person I was yesterday. The biggest mistake most people make is they'll invest in everything else except themselves. You'll put money into clothes, into cars, into shoes, into entertainment, into flexing for people who don't even care about you. But when it comes to investing in your growth, your education, your mind, your skill set, suddenly it's too expensive. Suddenly you say, I can't afford it. And that's why you're stuck. That's why you're in the same place year after year. Because you got it backwards. You think investing in yourself is optional, when in reality, it's the foundation of everything. If you don't level up daily, you're falling behind. Listen to me. You are your greatest asset. Not your job, not your business, not your house, not your bank account. You. If you don't develop yourself, if you don't grow, then everything else will crumble. Too many people want to elevate their circumstances without elevating themselves. You want a bigger paycheck, but you don't want to grow your skill set. You want better opportunities, but you don't want to prepare for them. You want doors to open, but you don't want to build the character to handle what's behind those doors. That's why it's not working. Not working. Because the truth is, your life will only rise to the level of your personal investment. Think about it. Athletes spend millions of dollars on training, coaches, nutritionists, because they understand something most people miss. If I don't invest in my body, my mind, my craft, I can't perform at the highest level. You love to watch the highlights, the championships, the trophies, but you don't see the investment behind it. That's what separates the greats from the average. The greats are willing to pour into themselves daily. They don't wait until the big game to prepare. They prepare when nobody's watching. And let's talk about reading. Some of you haven't opened a book since you graduated, and you wonder why your mindset hasn't shifted. You wonder why you're still thinking the same way you did 5 years ago. If you want to change your life, you've got to change your mind. And if you want to change your mind, you got to feed it something new. Books are the cheapest mentors you'll ever have. You can literally sit down with the wisdom of millionaires, leaders, visionaries, people who spent decades learning, and you can access it in hours. But instead of doing that, you're scrolling, watching, consuming junk. That's not an investment, that's a liability. Learning doesn't stop when school stops. Life is the real classroom. And if you're not growing, you're dying. Every single day, you should be learning something. A new skill, a new strategy, a new way of thinking. Because the world is moving fast. Technology is changing. Industries are evolving. Opportunities are shifting. And if you're not keeping up, you're falling behind. The person who invests in their growth will always be valuable. The person who stops learning will eventually become irrelevant. But investing in yourself isn't just about books and skills. It's about your health, your mindset, your spirit. Some of you are chasing success while running your body into the ground. You're eating garbage, sleeping 3 hours, never working out, and then wondering why you don't have the energy to perform. Your body is the engine. If you don't invest in it, it won't carry you. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're drained, sick, exhausted, what good is all the money, all the success? You've got to invest in your health like your dream depends on it, because it does. And let's not forget your environment. Who you surround yourself with is an investment. The conversations you entertain, the energy you allow, the people you spend time with, that's shaping you every single day. If you hang around broke-minded people, don't be surprised if your mindset is broke. If you hang around lazy people, don't be surprised if your drive disappears. If you hang around people with no vision, don't be surprised if you lose yours. Sometimes investing in yourself means investing in better circles, better mentors, better influences. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but I don't have the money to invest in myself. No, let me be real with you. It's not about how much you have. It's about how serious you are. You don't need thousands of dollars to start. You've got free libraries, free resources online, free communities, free videos. You've got everything you need to start right now. But the problem is you'd rather invest your time in entertainment than education. You'd rather binge watch shows than binge learn skills. Don't tell me you can't afford it when you're spending money on things that don't grow you. It's not that you can't afford it. It's that you don't value it. It's that you don't value it. And let's be honest. Sometimes it's not about money. It's about fear. You don't invest in yourself because you don't believe you're worth the investment. You'll spend money on somebody else. You'll give your time to somebody else. But when it comes to you, you hesitate. That's a self-worth issue. The moment you recognize your value, you'll start treating yourself like the best stock on the market. You'll put in time, energy, and money knowing the return is guaranteed. Because the return on investing in yourself is unlimited. Every new skill you learn, every new book you read, every new habit you develop, every healthy choice you make has compounding interest. It builds over time. It may not look like much in a moment, but 5 years from now, 10 years from now, the gap between you and the person who didn't invest will be massive. We'll be wondering how you got so far ahead. And the answer will be simple. While they were spending, you were investing. While they were wasting, you were growing. While they were distracted, you were leveling up. But here's the part people don't like. Investing in yourself requires sacrifice. You've got to sacrifice comfort, entertainment, sometimes even relationships. You've got to say no to things that don't serve your growth. And that's where most people tap out. They want the reward without the sacrifice. They want the results without the grind. But hear me, you can't cheat the process. You either pay the price of discipline today or the price of regret tomorrow. Either way you pay. The question is, which cost are you willing to carry? Let me tell you this. The most dangerous thing you can do is stop growing. Because the moment you stop, the world will pass you by. People will pass you by. Opportunities will pass you by. Don't get comfortable. Don't think because you've achieved a little bit, you can relax. The minute you think you've arrived, you're done. Stay hungry, stay humble, stay investing. Every single day, ask yourself, what did I do today to make myself better? Did you read something? Did you learn something? Did you practice your craft? Did you improve your health? Did you feed your mind with positivity? Or did you waste another day scrolling, watching, talking, doing nothing? Because the truth is, your daily habits will determine your future. Invest in yourself daily, and your future self will thank you. Waste your days, and your future self will curse you. So stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for somebody else to rescue you. Stop hoping opportunity just falls in your lap. Opportunity comes to those who are prepared, and preparation comes from investment. The more you grow, the more doors open. The more you invest in yourself, the more the world invests in you. You've got to get to a place where you treat yourself like a business. Every business reinvests profits back into itself to grow. That's what you need to do. Whatever progress you make, reinvest it into your development. Keep learning, keep improving, keep building. Because the greatest project you'll ever work on is you. So hear me when I say this. Stop wasting. Stop wasting. Stop doubting, stop building, stop neglecting, stop growing. You owe it to yourself, to your family, to your future to go all in on you. Because when you invest in yourself, the return will bless generation. You keep saying tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll get started. Tomorrow I'll change. Tomorrow I'll change. Tomorrow I'll get disciplined. Tomorrow I'll get disciplined. Tomorrow I'll start working out. Tomorrow I'll write the book, launch the business, go back to school. But let me ask you something. How many tomorrows have already passed you by? How many times have you told yourself you'll start tomorrow, only to wake up a year later in the same place with the same problems and the same excuses? Procrastination is the silent killer of dreams. It doesn't come loud. It doesn't knock on your door screaming. It comes quietly. It whispers in your ear, you've got time. Don't worry, do it later. And before you know it, later has turned into weeks, months, years, decades. And the worst part, you start to believe the lie that you're still going to do it. You convince yourself that putting it off is harmless, that one more day won't matter. But hear me, One more day becomes a lifetime if you're not careful. You think you've got time, but you don't. Time is the most valuable currency you have, and it's slipping through your fingers every single second. Every moment you waste procrastinating, you'll never get back. You can make more money, but you can't make more time. And the crazy part is, you don't even know how much you got left. You're acting like you're guaranteed 80, 90 years on this earth, but you're not. Tomorrow is not promised to you, so why in the world would you put off what you could do today? I need you to understand something. The people who win in life, the people who rise, the people who succeed, they don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't wait for the stars to align. They don't wait for the stars to align. They don't wait until they feel ready. They act now. They start what they had, where they are. Because they know if they wait for perfect, they'll never begin. Perfect never comes. The right time never comes. The only time you have is now. Procrastination is comfort disguised as strategy. You tell yourself, I'm waiting for the right moment. I'm waiting for the right season. I'm waiting until I have more money, more time, more energy. But that's not strategy. That's fear. That's doubt. That's laziness. And while you're waiting, somebody else is working. Somebody else is taking the opportunity you keep putting off. Somebody else is building the business, writing the book, starting the movement, getting in shape, living the life you keep postponing. And here's the truth. Procrastination doesn't just delay your dream, it damages your confidence. Every time you say you'll do something and you don't, you teach yourself that you can't be trusted. You chip away at your self-belief. You weaken your own word. And once you stop believing yourself, it's over. You'll talk big, but deep down, you won't respect your own promises. That's why procrastination is so deadly. It's not just about wasted time, it's about wasted trust in yourself. You gotta break the cycle. Gotta stop lying to yourself. Stop saying tomorrow. Stop saying later. Stop saying someday. The only way to beat procrastination is with action. Small action, imperfect action, messy action, but action. You gotta move, you've got to start, you've got to create momentum. Because momentum is the enemy of procrastination. The moment you start moving, the harder becomes to stop. But if you stay still, procrastination keeps you stuck in quicksand. Listen to me. You don't need to have it all figured out to begin. You don't need to know every step of the journey. You just need to take the first step. And when you take that first step, the second step reveals itself. And then the third. But if you wait until you can see the whole staircase, you'll never climb it. Life doesn't work that way. You walk in faith, not in full certainty. Some of you are waiting for motivation before you start. But motivation doesn't come before action. It comes after. You don't feel like working out until you're 10 minutes in. You don't feel like writing until you've already written a paragraph. You don't feel like hustling until you've already taken the first step. Stop waiting to feel like it. Feelings follow movement. You want motivation? Move. You want clarity? Move. You want progress? Move. And let me tell you something real. Procrastination has consequences. You think delaying only hurts you, but it hurts the people connected to you too. Your family, your kids, your community, the people who need your gift, the people who could be impacted by your dream. They're all waiting for you to stop procrastinating. When you delay, you're not just holding yourself back, you're holding them back. Somebody's freedom, somebody's hope, somebody's inspiration is tied to you stepping up. And every day you put it off, they suffer for it. Do you know how many people went to the grave with their potential still inside them? With books unwritten, songs unsung, businesses unbuilt, inventions unrealized, fulfilled, dreams unfulfilled. Not because they weren't capable, but because they kept saying tomorrow. The cemetery is full of people who thought they had time. Don't let that be your story. Don't let procrastination be the reason your legacy is silence instead of impact. You've got to start telling yourself the truth. The truth is there will never be a perfect time. The truth is you're never going to feel 100% ready. The truth is the longer you wait, the harder it gets. The truth is if you don't start today, you probably won't start at all. And the truth is the world doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about your results. So I'm challenging you. Start today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. Today, start small, start ugly, start scared, but start. Write the first page, make the first call, do the first workout, post the first video, save the first dollar, Just start. Because once you start, you break procrastination's grip. Once you start, you prove to yourself you can. Once you start, you create momentum that carries you forward. Stop waiting for inspiration. Stop waiting for opportunity. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for the right time. The right time is the moment you decide it is. The opportunity is created by your action. The inspiration comes when you show up. Don't give procrastination another day of your life. Don't give it another dream, another chance, another moment. Take it back, take control, move now. Because if you can't start today, what makes you think tomorrow will be different? If you don't have the discipline today, why would you magically have it tomorrow? Tomorrow is just today in disguise. If you can't win today, you'll never win tomorrow. You only get stronger by choosing now, by acting now, by moving now. The world belongs to the doers, not the waiters. History remembers the people who took action, not the ones who sat around making excuses. So stop being a waiter, stop being a dreamer, stop being a dreamer, stop being a talker, be a doer. Be the kind of person who doesn't just make plans, but executes them. Be the kind of person who doesn't just think about the future, but creates it. Your future self is watching you right now, begging you not to procrastinate anymore. 10 years from now, you'll either thank yourself for starting today or you'll regret not starting. Which story do you want to tell? Do you want to say, I wasted my life waiting? Or do you want to say, I lived my life doing? The choice is yours. And it starts right here, right now. Everybody wants power, but nobody wants pain. Everybody wants strength, but nobody wants struggle. Look at successful people and think they had it easy. But what you don't see is the nights they cried themselves to sleep, the days they were broke, the moments when they were betrayed, rejected, overlooked. What you don't see is the pain that built the power. Truth is, pain is not your enemy. Pain is the tool. Pain is the teacher. Pain is the gym where strength is built. The difference between the people who make it and the people who quit is simple. The winners learn how to turn their pain into power. Let's keep it real. You've been through things that hurt you. You've had losses, heartbreak, setbacks, disappointments. Life has hit you in ways you didn't see coming. Some of you grew up without support. Some of you were abandoned. Some of you were abused. Some of you were told you'd never amount to anything. Others of you lost jobs, lost loved ones, lost opportunities. And here's the thing. You can't change what happened to you. You can't rewrite your past. But you can decide what to do with it. You can either let the pain destroy you, or you can use it as fuel to build the life you were destined for. Pain is like fire. Fire can burn your house down, or it can heat your home. It can consume everything, or it can refine and purify. It's not the fire, it's what you do with it. The same is true with your pain. For one person, pain becomes an excuse. I can't because of what I went through. For another, pain becomes motivation. Why must because of what I went through? Which one are you going to be? I know some of you are tired. You're tired of struggling, tired of fighting, tired of carrying the weight of everything you've been through. Hear me, inside that pain is the power you've been searching for. When you look back at the toughest moments of your life, you'll realize that's when you grew the most. That's when you discovered strength you didn't know you had. That's when you learned lessons that shaped your character. Your pain wasn't sent to break you. It was sent to build you. Think about it. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Muscles grow through resistance. Steel is forged in fire. Everything strong, everything valuable, everything unbreakable is created through struggle. So why do you think you'll become strong without pain? Why do you think your greatness will come easy? It won't. Your pain is proof you're being shaped for something greater. Stop running from it. Stop hiding from it. Stop hiding from it. Stop numbing it with distractions, with addictions, with excuses. Face your pain. Sit with it. Learn from it. Ask yourself, what is this pain trying to teach me? What is this struggle shaping me for? Because there's always a lesson. There's always a gift hidden inside the struggle. But you gotta be willing to extract it. Some of you think your pain disqualified you. You think because you went through divorce or bankruptcy or depression or failure that you're broken and unusable. But let me tell you, your pain doesn't disqualify you. It qualifies you. The fact that you went through it and you're still here means you're stronger than you think. It means you have a story that can inspire others. It means you've got a testimony that can give somebody else hope. Your pain isn't the end of your story, it's the beginning of your power. I'll never forget when I was homeless, eating out of trash cans, sleeping in abandoned buildings. I thought my life was over. I thought pain had won. But what I didn't realize is that pain was giving me my platform. Pain was giving me my fire. Pain was giving me my story. And today that story has touched millions around the world. What was once my greatest weakness became my greatest weakness, became my greatest weapon. The same can happen for you, but you've got to stop despising your pain and start using it. Use it to push harder. Use it to stay disciplined. Use it to remind yourself why you can't quit. Use it to fuel your vision. Every time you feel that sting, every time you remember that hurt, let it drive you. Let it push you out of bed in the morning. Let it keep you grinding when you want to stop. Let it keep you focused when distractions come. Don't waste your pain. Don't bury it. Don't bury it. Don't numb it. Convert it. Your pain can give birth to purpose. Some of the greatest organizations, movements, inventions, and businesses came out of somebody's pain. They went through something. They didn't want others to suffer the same way. So they created a solution. They turned their struggle into service. That's why you got to pay attention to your pain. It might be pointing you towards your purpose, but let me be clear. Turning pain into power is not easy. It requires a decision. It requires discipline. It requires you to stop playing the victim. Because victims stay in pain, but victors transform it. You can't keep blaming the world, blaming your parents, blaming your past. That won't heal you. That won't move you forward. At some point, you've got to say, it happened, but it won't define me. It hurt, but it won't control me. I went through it, but I'm going to grow through it. And listen, I know it's not fair. Life hit you in ways you didn't deserve. You did in ways you didn't deserve. You didn't ask for the pain. You didn't choose it. But you have to choose what to do with it. That's the part you control. You can let it keep you down, or you can let it lift you up. You can let it chain you, or you can let it free you. You can let it silence you, or you can let it give you a voice. Every time you think about quitting, remember your pain. Remember the nights you cried, the times you felt worthless, the moments you almost gave up. Let that remind you why you can't stop now. You didn't survive all that just to quit. You didn't make it through all that darkness just to go back. That pain cost you too much to waste it. So make it count. Turn it into something powerful. Turn it into something meaningful. And don't think turning pain into power means you'll never feel it again. You will. Pain doesn't disappear, it transforms. The scar stays, but it becomes a reminder, not a prison. It becomes a symbol of survival, a badge of honor, a story of resilience. Every scar you carry says, I made it. I'm still here. I'm stronger now. Wear your scars with pride because they mean you endured what others couldn't. Here's the truth. Your pain is either going to be the reason you quit or the reason you keep going. It's either going to break you or it's going to build you. The choice is yours. You can sit in it or you can stand on it. You can stand on it, you can drown in it, or you can use it as fuel. And I promise you, if you choose the latter, if you choose to let pain push you instead of paralyze you, you'll tap into a level of power you didn't know existed. So stop resenting your pain. Start respecting it. Stop hiding it. Stop hiding it. Stop letting it hold you back. Start letting it propel you forward. Every tear, every scar, every loss, every betrayal, it's all part of your power source. You gotta own it. You gotta use it. You gotta turn your pain into your power. Everybody wants success, but nobody wants consistency. Everybody wants the reward, but nobody wants the routine. Listen to me very carefully. Success is not built on what you do once in a while. It's built on what you do every single day. The problem with most of you is you treat your dream like a salsa. You give it energy today, but tomorrow you're tired. You go hard for a week, but then you disappear for a month. You're motivated on Monday, but by Wednesday you're lazy again. That's why you're not where you want to be. Because greatness doesn't come from intensity once in a while. It comes from consistency all the time. Showing up once is easy. Showing up when you feel like it is easy. But showing up every day, showing up when you're tired, when you're broke, when you're stressed, when you don't see results. That's what separates the winners from everybody else. Consistency is the difference between people who almost make it and people who actually make it. You don't have to be the smartest, the strongest, or the most talented. If you're consistent, you'll outlast the ones who have more talent but less discipline. Think about a drop of water. One drop doesn't do anything. 10 drops don't do anything. But when drops keep falling on the same spot over and over again, they carve through stone. That's the power of consistency. It's not about what you do once. It's about what you do repeatedly. Your dream isn't going to break open because of one big effort. It's going to crack because you kept hitting it every single day until it had no choice but to give way. The reason you're frustrated is because you want immediate results. You think one workout will give you the body. You think one post will go viral. You think one business idea will make you rich. It doesn't work like that. Success is boring. Success is repetitive. Success is doing the same things over and over until the breakthrough comes. And most people don't have the stomach for that. They get bored, they get distracted, they get discouraged, and they quit right before the breakthrough. You gotta commit to the process, commit to the daily grind, commit to showing up whether you feel like it or not. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you're stressed. I don't care if you don't see results yet. Keep showing up. Because every time you show up, you're depositing into your future. Every rep in the gym, every page you write, every call you make, every hour you grind, it all adds up. And one day the compound effect kicks in. One day you'll look back and realize the small, consistent actions created massive results. Listen, consistency is not sexy. Nobody claps for you when you wake up early to study. Nobody applauds you for saying no to distraction. Nobody's cheering when you're practicing in the dark, rehearsing when nobody's listening, grinding when nobody cares. But that's where champions are made. That's where greatness is born. The crowd only sees the stage, but the stage is built by the consistency behind the curtain. You want proof? Look at nature. The sun rises every day without fail. Seasons come and go consistently. Waves crash on the shore over and over again. That consistency creates balance, creates beauty. Imagine if the sun only showed up when it felt like it. Imagine if the seasons came randomly. Life would collapse. That's the same with your dream. If you only show up when you feel like it, your dream collapses. Consistency is the foundation that holds everything together. And I know some of you are thinking, but it's hard to stay consistent when I don't see results. Let me tell you something. Results don't come immediately, but they always come eventually. The seed doesn't grow the same day you plant it. You water it, you nurture it, you protect it, day after day after day after day. And for a while, it looks like nothing's happening. But underground, roots are forming. Growth is happening where you can't see it. And then one day that seed breaks through the soil. That's what consistency is. You're building roots even when you don't see them, when you don't see the fruit yet. The question is, can you keep going when it looks like it's not working? Can you stay consistent when the results are invisible? Because that's the test. That's what separates average from extraordinary. Anybody can stay consistent when the results are obvious. But real discipline is staying consistent when there's no applause, no progress, no reward. Just faith that the process will pay off. Consistency isn't just about habits. It's about identity. You've got to decide who you are. Are you the type of person who keeps promises to yourself, or the type who breaks them? Are you the type of person who shows up no matter what, or the type who disappears when it's inconvenient? When you make consistency part of your identity, you don't negotiate with yourself. You don't ask, do I feel like it today? No, you just do it. Because that's who you are. Some of you are failing not because you don't know what to do, but because you don't do it consistently. You got the knowledge, you got the resources, you got the plan. But plans don't matter if you don't execute every day. Consistency is execution. Consistency is discipline. Consistency is faith in motion. And let's be clear, consistency doesn't mean perfection. You're gonna miss days, you're gonna mess up, but consistency means you don't quit. You don't let one bad day turn into a bad week. You don't let one slip turn into a spiral. You get back on track, you keep moving. The difference between winners and losers isn't that winners never fall, it's that winners get back up faster and keep going longer. If you want to be successful, you got to fall in love with the process, not just the outcome. You got to learn to enjoy the grind, the repetition, the routine. because that's where your future is being shaped. Consistency is boring in the moment, but exciting in the result. The dream life you want is built by the boring habits you do daily. Wake up early, work on your craft, stay disciplined, do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next, until your life looks like the vision you had in your head. Stop expecting overnight success. Stop expecting one big break. The big break is a myth. Success is built brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice. And the only way to stack those bricks is consistency. You keep laying them down, even when nobody notices, even when nobody appreciates it. One day, people will look at the wall you built and call you an overnight success, but you'll know it wasn't overnight. It was every night, every morning, every day of consistency that built it. You've got to stop being seasonal with your grind. Stop showing up only when it's convenient. Stop disappearing every time it gets hard. Success doesn't take breaks. Bills don't take breaks. Life doesn't take breaks. Why should you? Consistency is about being reliable, predictable, unshakable in your effort. Rain or shine, tired or energized, motivated or not, you show up. Because winners show up, period. Your future is counting on your consistency. Your dream is counting on your consistency. Your family is counting on your consistency. Don't let them down because you couldn't stay disciplined. Don't let them suffer because you couldn't stay consistent. Oh, this is bigger than you. Consistency isn't just about achieving your goals. It's about becoming the kind of person who others can depend on, who others can look up to, who others can be inspired by. So make the decision today. No more on and off. No more hot one week, cold the next. No more starting strong and finishing weak. Decide you're going to show up every day. Decide you're going to be consistent. Not perfect, but consistent. Decide you're going to keep building, keep grinding, keep working until your vision becomes reality. Because at the end of the day, success doesn't belong to the talented or the lucky or the gifted. Success belongs to the consistent. The problem with too many people today is not that they don't have a dream. It's that they don't respect the dream they have. You've got a vision, but you treat it like a hobby. You got a goal, but you downplay it because you're scared of what people will think. You got something inside of you that could change your life, your family's life, maybe even the world, but you're playing small with it. You're hiding it, watering it down, settling for less than what you know you're capable of. And let me tell you right now, that's disrespectful. Not just disrespectful to yourself, but disrespectful to the gift you were given, to the opportunity you were blessed with, and to the people who need what you got. Stop treating your dream like it's optional. Stop treating your vision like it's something you can do if you get around to it. If it came to you, if you were chosen to see it, then you have a responsibility to chase it. You owe it to yourself, to go all you owe it to your family, to your community, to the world. Because your dream isn't just about you. It's about the impact you're supposed to make. Every time you play small, you're robbing somebody else of the inspiration, the solution, the breakthrough that only you can bring. Think about it. Every great invention, every powerful speech, every piece of art, every business, every breakthrough, it all started as somebody's dream. Imagine if they had disrespected it. Imagine if they had said, this is too big for me, I can't do this. Imagine if they had shrunk themselves to make others comfortable. We wouldn't have the airplane. We wouldn't have electricity. We wouldn't have movements that changed the world. Somebody had to respect their dream enough to pursue it relentlessly, even when people laughed, even when they doubted, even when it looked impossible. And that's your problem. You let other people's opinions make you shrink. You care too much about what they'll say, how they'll look at you, whether they'll support you. Let me tell you something. Most people can't see what you see because it wasn't given to them. Your dream was assigned to you, not them. Stop expecting everybody to believe in it. Stop waiting for validation. Respect your dream enough to chase it even when you're the only one who sees it. And stop settling. Stop lowering your standard to fit into somebody else's comfort zone. Some of you had a big dream, but over time you watered it down because you didn't hit it as fast as you wanted. You told yourself, oh, well, maybe I don't need to aim that high. Maybe I'll just play it safe. Maybe I'll just settle for good enough. Listen to me carefully. If you settle for less than what you're capable of, you'll never be happy. You can pretend you're satisfied. You can tell yourself you're grateful. But deep down, you'll always know you played small. And regret is heavier than failure. Respecting your dream means protecting it. It means you stop letting distractions steal your time. It means you stop letting toxic people talk you out of it. It means you stop trading your vision for cheap pleasures and temporary comfort. You can't claim you respect your dream and then spend your whole day scrolling, wasting time, doing nothing. Respect is shown in how you treat it. If you respect your dream, you'll prioritize it. If you respect your dream, you'll invest in it. If you respect your dream, you'll sacrifice for it. Look, people respect what you respect. If you treat your dream like it's nothing, nobody else will believe in it either. But if you carry it with pride, if you protect it, if you put in the work, people will eventually recognize it. But first, you gotta believe it's worthy. First, you gotta carry yourself like it's real, like it matters, like it's possible. You gotta understand, your dream is fragile. It's like a seed. If you plant it and then keep stepping on it, it won't grow. But to expose it to the wrong environment, it won't survive. That means you've gotta guard it. You can't share it with everybody. You can't let everybody speak into it. You can't let negativity poison it. Respect your dream by surrounding it with people who uplift it, by feeding it with knowledge, by watering it with effort every single day. And let's be real. Part of the reason you don't respect your dream is because you don't respect yourself. You don't believe you're worthy of it. You don't believe you're capable of it. But hear me, if the vision was placed inside of you, it was because you had the ability to make it happen. God doesn't waste visions. Life doesn't hand out random dreams. If it's in you, it's for you. Respect yourself enough to believe you can do it. Stop shrinking. Stop doubting. Stop disqualifying yourself before you even start. The world is full of people who never realized their potential, not because they could, but because they didn't respect their vision enough to fight for it. They quit too soon. They settled too early. They listened to the wrong voices. Don't let that be your story. Don't die with your dream still inside you. Don't let fear, laziness, or doubt bury what was supposed to bless the world. And I get it. It's scary to go after something big. It's easier to play small. It's safer to stay in the comfort zone. But nothing extraordinary happens in the comfort zone. Playing small doesn't protect you. It just prevents you from growing. Respecting your dream means stepping into discomfort, into risk, into challenge, because that's where your greatness is waiting. You've got to start carrying yourself differently. You've got to stop downplaying your talent. Stop making excuses. Stop treating your calling like it's an option. Walk like you've got something important to do. Talk like your vision matters. Work like your dream is sacred. When you move like that, doors start opening. Opportunities start showing up. But it all starts with respect. Don't let the size of your dream scare you. Let it stretch you. If it's big, it's supposed to be. If it feels impossible good, that means it will force you to grow. That means it will require you to become more disciplined, more focused, more resilient. Respect the process as much as you respect the outcome. Respect the grind that comes with the vision. You can't just want the dream. You got to respect it enough to do what it demands. Listen, stop asking, what if I fail? And start asking, what if I succeed? Stop saying, it's too much. And start saying, I was made for this. Stop acting like your dream is a burden. It's a burden, it's a burden. Do you know how many people wish they had a vision? Do you know how many people wish they had a passion, a fire, a sense of purpose? You've got it, so respect it. Don't waste it. Don't bury it. Don't insult it by giving it half effort. Your dream will only rise to the level you honor it. If you treat it casually, it will produce casual results. If you treat it seriously, it will produce serious results. So make the decision today. No more playing small. No more disrespecting what's inside you. Carry your dream like it's priceless because it is. Work for it like it's everything because it is. Respect it enough to never quit. Never settle, never let it die. Because at the end of the day, the only way to truly honor your dream is to chase it with everything you've got.